Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm John, and this is our channel, English Stories to Learn English. Today, we are going to learn about the life of a very well-known person, Donald Trump. This will be a simple and easy-to-understand story, perfect for practicing your English. So let's get started. Our story begins on June 14, 1946, in a place called Queens, which is a big part of New York City. On that day, a baby boy was born, and his full name was Donald John Trump. He was born into a large family. His father's name was Fred Trump, and he was a very successful businessman who built houses in New York. Donald's mother's name was Mary Ann MacLeod Trump. She was from Scotland and had a kind, warm presence in the home. Donald was one of 5 children. He had older siblings Mary Ann and Fred Jr., and younger siblings Elizabeth and Robert. As the 4th child in a busy house, he learned to be independent from a young age. His family was wealthy, which means they had a lot of money. But his father also believed in the importance of hard work. He taught all his children that you must work for what you want in life. When Donald was a young boy, he went to a school called the Kew Forest School. Later, his father decided to send him to a military academy. This school was called the New York Military Academy. His father thought this experience would teach Donald discipline and help him grow into a strong, confident person. After the military academy, Donald went to Fordham University in New York for 2 years. But he wanted to study business more seriously. So he transferred to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, which is a very famous and respected business school. He worked hard, and in 1968, he graduated with a degree in economics. After finishing school, Donald Trump was ready to start his career. He went to work for his father's company, which was called the Trump Organization. He was given the important job of helping to run the business and build new things. Donald's father had already made a lot of money building houses, so the company was already very successful. Donald took this success and wanted to make it even bigger. In the 1970s, Donald Trump began working on his first very big project. He saw an opportunity with the Commodore Hotel in New York. The hotel was old and not doing well, but Donald had a vision. He helped to develop it to change it into something new and exciting. It was later renamed the Grand Hyatt Hotel. This project was a huge success, and it made Donald Trump very famous in the city. People started to see him as a smart and ambitious young businessman. During the 1980s, Donald Trump's confidence grew, and he started building more and more famous buildings. He built Trump Tower, a huge skyscraper on 5th Avenue in New York City. It was a beautiful and impressive building, and it quickly became one of the most famous buildings in the world. At the same time, Donald also bought many casinos in a place called Atlantic City. He was making a lot of money and was becoming very powerful. During this time, he was known not just for his business skills, but also for his lifestyle. He appeared on television shows and in magazines. People saw him as a symbol of wealth and success. His famous line, "You're fired," from his TV show The Apprentice, made him even more famous to people all around the world. Of course, Donald Trump's life is not only about business. His family life has also been a big part of his story. He has been married 3 times and has many children. Let's talk a little about his family. His first marriage was to a woman named Ivana Zelničková. They married in 1977. She was from Czechoslovakia, which is now the Czech Republic. Ivana was a model, and she was also very smart. She helped Donald with his business, and they were a real team. Together, they had 3 children, Donald Trump Jr., who was born in 1977, Ivanka Trump, born in 1981, and Eric Trump, born in 1984. However, after 15 years of marriage, their journey together came to an end, and they got a divorce in 1992. They separated but tried to stay friendly for their children. A year later, in 1993, Donald Trump married Marla Maples, who was an actress. They had one daughter together, and they named her Tiffany Trump. She was born in 1993. Sadly, this marriage also did not last for a long time. Donald and Marla divorced in 1999. In 2005, Donald Trump married for a third time. His wife is Melania Knaus, a model from the country of Slovenia. Melania is his current wife. Together, they have one son named Barron Trump, who was born in 2006. Barron is the youngest of all of Donald Trump's children. So in total, Donald Trump has 5 children. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump both work with their father in the family business, the Trump Organization. Ivanka Trump also worked as an advisor to her father when he was president. She is married to a man named Jared Kushner, and they have children of their own. Tiffany Trump, his daughter with Marla Maples, has studied law, and his youngest son Barron is still in school. Donald Trump is also a grandfather. His older children have their own families, so he has many grandchildren now. He enjoys spending time with his big family. Let's go back to his business story, which is full of success. After he finished school and started working with his father, he began to build his own empire. As we said, in the 1970s, his first major project was the Commodore Hotel in New York City. It was not doing well at first, but Donald saw its potential. He worked very hard and helped turn the old hotel into something famous and beautiful, the Grand Hyatt Hotel. This was his first big success in New York, and it was a sign of what was to come. Then, in 1983, Donald built the famous Trump Tower in New York City. This was one of the tallest buildings in the city, and it became one of his greatest successes. Trump Tower is special because it has both offices for businesses and luxury apartments for people to live in. The building was a symbol of Donald Trump's success. You could see his name in big gold letters. He was becoming more and more famous. In the 1980s, as his fame grew, Donald Trump also started buying casinos and hotels in Atlantic City. Atlantic City is a place known for gambling and entertainment, and Donald wanted to be a big part of it. He bought a huge casino and named it the Trump Taj Mahal. When it opened in 1990, it was the largest casino in the world. It was an incredible place. But even though it was a big and exciting casino, it did not make enough money at first. Donald faced a lot of challenges, but he kept working hard to keep his business going. Donald Trump didn't just stop with buildings and casinos. He wanted to make his name famous everywhere. In the 1990s, he started to appear more on TV. People saw him on talk shows and in magazines. His big personality made him a popular figure. He became known for being rich, powerful, and successful. In 2004, he started hosting a very famous reality TV show called The Apprentice. On the show, people would compete for a job in his company. At the end of each episode, he would say his famous catchphrase, "You're fired, sucker," to the person who did not perform well. This made him even more famous, and millions of people watched his show every week. The company that Donald Trump ran, the Trump Organization, includes many different businesses like hotels, casinos, and beautiful golf courses. Over the years, he used his name to create many famous places. He even put his name on buildings all around the world. These buildings were often called Trump Towers, and they became symbols of his success. He also opened golf courses in different countries, and these became very popular. The Donald Trump name had become a brand that people all over the world recognized. Even though Donald Trump became very successful, not everything went perfectly. In the 1990s, he faced some serious financial struggles. Some of his casinos and hotels were losing money, and he had to work very hard to fix the problems. At one point, he owed a lot of money to the banks. It was a very stressful time. But Donald never gave up. He worked hard, made some difficult decisions, and was able to solve the problems and make his business successful again. By the 2000s, Donald Trump was known not just as a businessman, but also as someone who was interested in politics. He often talked about running for president, but he never took that big step until much later. Then, in 2015, Donald Trump made a very big decision. He announced that he was going to run for president of the United States. Many people were surprised. He had never been a politician before. But Donald Trump was confident. He believed his experience in business would help him lead the country. During his campaign, he had a famous slogan, "Make America Great Again." He talked about creating more jobs, building a wall to stop illegal immigration, and being tough on trade with other countries. In 2016, Donald Trump shocked the world. He won the presidential election. He ran against Hillary Clinton, who was the former Secretary of State. Many people thought Hillary Clinton would win, but Donald Trump won the Electoral College and became the 45th President of the United States. His presidency lasted from January 20th, 2017, until January 20th, 2021. Here are some of the important things he focused on during his time as president. First, the economy. Donald Trump focused on making the economy stronger. He lowered taxes for businesses, saying this would help create more jobs. The economy did grow during his first few years in office. Second, immigration. One of his biggest promises was to build a wall between the United States and Mexico. This was meant to stop illegal immigration, and it was one of the central issues of his presidency. Third, foreign relations. Donald Trump tried to make new deals with countries like North Korea, China, and Russia. He even met with the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, to talk about stopping nuclear weapons. He also tried to change the healthcare system, wanting to make it cheaper for people to get health insurance. This was a very difficult and complicated issue, and not all of his ideas passed into law. In 2019, Donald Trump was impeached by the House of Representatives. This means that the House said he did something wrong while he was in office. However, the Senate did not agree to remove him from office, so he stayed as president until the end of his term. In 2020, Donald Trump ran for a second term as president. This time, he faced Joe Biden, the former vice president. It was a long and difficult campaign. In the end, Joe Biden won the election. After the election, Donald Trump and many of his supporters said they believed the election was unfair. This caused a lot of anger and division in the country. On January 6, 2021, a very serious and difficult event happened. There was a riot at the U.S. Capitol building where some people tried to stop Congress from counting the votes that confirmed Joe Biden as the winner. It was a very sad day for the country. On January 20, 2021, Donald Trump left the White House. He chose not to attend Joe Biden's inauguration, which is the ceremony where the new president officially takes office. After leaving the presidency, Donald Trump went back to his life in business. He still owns many buildings, golf courses, and hotels. Even though he is no longer president, he still has a lot of people who support him very strongly. Donald Trump has also talked about the possibility of running for president again. Some people are excited by this idea, while others feel it is time for a new leader. No matter what, he remains a very well-known and influential person. His businesses continue to operate, and he has many supporters around the world. His life has been full of high moments and low moments, from his start in New York City to becoming one of the most famous people in the world. Whatever people may think of him, Donald Trump is always in the news. He has been a businessman, a TV star, and the President of the United States. His story is one that shows that with hard work and confidence, it is possible to achieve great things. Even after facing challenges and losing an election, he continues to influence the world.